In our current year, I think hard work is the illusion of control. And it's actually very easy to demonstrate this too. For instance, who do you think makes more money? The 28-year-old with a college education and a corporate job? Or the 17-year-old who runs a channel clipping popular streamers? Unironically, it's the 17-year-old. What about the 16-year-old who's making millions by making maps on Roblox or Fortnite? Now, your immediate counter-argument would be that I'm pointing out outliers. You may posit that most people aren't those millionaires who make maps on games. And you're absolutely right. Most people aren't those millionaires. However, let's be clear about how lucrative content creation is. An unquantifiable number of people are living comfortably creating content online. These people are not outliers. These are a large number of people, likely in the millions, who either have firsthand experience with the unfortunate job market or had the opportunity and foresight to dodge it altogether. Again, I want to stress that there are millions of people out there making comfortable salaries creating content. While the outliers I mentioned earlier make millions, which seems out of reach, it's still not uncommon for people to make a good living on the internet. The worst part is that they are putting like a fraction of the effort that like conventional jobs demand you to do. Again, it's a whole lot less cortisol to produce blogs, videos, website, or coaching services compared to working a blue-collar job or working overtime at a corporation that hates you. So, what do I mean by all this? It means that hard work is no longer the dominant currency. Maybe it was the case a few decades ago, but things are different now. The real key is innovation. You are no longer rewarded for keeping your head down, working 40 hours a week, and doing as you're told. It's about selectively jumping on trends and being leaders of these trends. It's about learning to welcome cultural and market changes. While other people try their best to work around the macro environment, you need to be the first one to adapt while others do their best to either stop or revert these trends. And this creates a strange situation for younger people growing up today. Because the advice that defined the last generation was simple. You work hard, stay consistent, follow the path that already exists. But the environment you're entering doesn't always reward that strategy anymore. The internet constantly creates new opportunities, new market, and entirely new careers that didn't exist even a few years ago. Clipping channels appear overnight. Game creators suddenly build massive communities, and entire industries form around platforms that barely existed before. And for Gen Alpha, this shift might be becoming intuitive and easier for them. They're already growing up in an environment where the internet isn't just entertainment. It's like an infrastructure. A 10-year-old today already understands algorithm, content cycles, and online audiences in ways that the previous generation never had to. They see people their age building audiences, selling digital products, creating communities, and monetizing attention. To them, the idea that success comes strictly from climbing a corporate ladder may feel increasingly outdated. Not because they're lazy, but because the environment they're observing rewards visibility, creativity, and timing far more than something like obedience and hard work. And I think this generates tension between generational demographics, right? Because the older generation will still repeat the same advice they were given. Work harder, stay disciplined, follow the safe path. But Gen Alpha is growing up watching people succeed by doing the exact opposite. By experimenting publicly, adapting quickly, and sometimes abandoning stability altogether. I think the challenge for this generation won't just be, like working hard. It'll be like learning how to navigate a world where the rules keep changing faster than any traditional playbook can really keep up with.